All right, hello everyone. How's it going out there? Welcome to the Crossroads Podcast, the PlayStation voice of Boss Rush Games. I'm LeRon Dawkins, and I'm joined by Nellie Lott.
Hello.
Along with Logan Corkins.
Yo, what up?
And of course, Austin Campbell.
That's right.
I'm really coming around on this drink, y'all. Like, this is delightful the farther you get into it.
You didn't add any extra sugar in it, did you?
I didn't add any. No, this is actually unsweetened apple juice with Jack.
Okay. All right, not bad. Is it okay? So is it sippable, or can you down it without any problems and move on to the next?
I mean, the cheerleader in me wants to say I could probably chuck this. The cheerleader in me really wants to say I can chuck this. The other part of me is like, I have bourbon in my kitchen right now that I'm really tempted to go get and throw into this. To add a little smokiness to it. Delightful.
Well, the former Navy guy in me says I probably would chug the hell out of it.
We got a long show, and the more I drink of this, the funnier I become, hopefully.
And the current alcoholic in me says I could definitely chug it down.
All right, so Nellie, is it consensus then? What do you say?
I say.
This is why Nellie's the best. I mean, I'm here like, hey, my apple juice is really tasty today.
Oh,
she's like, fuck that, let's go vodka.
That's what I was sipping on.
All right, so
hold on. Are you mixing that, or are you going straight?
I mixed it at first, but I could drink this straight because it's kind of sweet. So.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it's that Svedka. Which one is that?
Strawberry lemonade.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's good.
That just sounds delicious. Oh boy,
strawberry lemonade vodka.
Yes.
That Pink Whitney. It's called.
See, I get made fun of being the white girl, and then Austin says something like that. It's like, not as bad as I think.
It's after a hockey player.
You know what's sad though? Last week when we were doing the LAN party, I almost was going to ask you how close were you to being white girl wasted, but I didn't know the rest of the panel there, so I didn't want to go that route.
No, that's a regular thing. I mean, last night in the LAN party chat, I posted. What did I post? It was something about it was the Dr. Pepper cream soda with vanilla Crown Royal. Oh. And Nick, who's on the show, is like, dude, I'm wasted, and that just sounds amazing right now. We did a whole episode back in June when we were launching a new show. We were going to launch a new show, and then I pre-gamed ahead of time. So we done the LAN party show, and then we were going to do wind down. I got drunk during the LAN party, and I produced everything on that, and I forgot to hit the record button. We go like 45 minutes into this new show, don't realize that we're recording, and Austin and I'm not gonna lie, we were on fire. We were having a great time. It was awesome. And then Nick comes into the show halfway through. He's like, "You guys realize you're not recording, right?" So, yeah, good times.
So how's everybody's week been so far? I know it's only Tuesday, but sometimes some people have a hell of a week. Only 3 days in.
My week has been great.
My week has been all right. It's looking like it's starting to pick up for the job. So it looks like I may scrape away at the end of this month with a pretty decent commission.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it is not like a whole bunch of brain busting work, which sometimes IT can definitely be.
Yeah, I've heard about IT stories. So
there's horror stories, but the worst horror stories always start with when you have like people who ignore every warning sign the computer's giving you, like, hey, like it's been telling you to do updates for 9 months. Mm-hmm. Or stuff like that, and then you get the call, and it's like I don't know what happened, but it stopped working. And then when you go and do your questionnaire to find out how did we get here, then you come to find out you brought these problems on yourself, and now I got to spend 200 hours over the weekend trying to figure it out.
Or like they're like, my computer doesn't work, and you're like, did you hit the power button? Where's that? Okay.
in my job, I've found so many diplomatic ways of asking people if they restart it because if you ask them they turned it off and turned it back on, they will get. I mean, you might as well just dip their dog in acid.
Of course, that's what I
no.
did. That's the first thing I thought of. You moron.
Where's the power button? Okay.
Yeah, so it's always a pleasure. But I do love my job though. Like I just had my 7-year anniversary of my job, and it's
Yeah.
it's been taking care of me, and I've been making sure that I'm trying to be the best IT guy I can be. Given that technically, it's me, my boss, and 2 other techies.
I thought about IT.
I mean, it's a good position, and I'll tell you what, like I'm ex Navy and did a couple of tours in retail and stuff like that. Like I'm not even college trained. Everything I've done, I've either been taught or self learned.
Nice.
Yeah,
I respect that.
LeRon is a better IT experience than Pennywise. I'm pretty sure I could say that.
What?
I don't know. I've been known to hide in gutters. I've been known. That's the ex-military in me talking.
Is that how you sneak into the DMs? You hide in the gutters?
It just slides it through your pipe.
Whoa. Is it going up the pipe or down the pipe? Which I get confused.
Spider, it just gets flushed down the water spout.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so you guys ready? Well, we got housekeeping to do. So let's get that out the way first. Wow, almost had to cough there. Trust me, no COVID scares here. I almost had to cough. All right. Crossroads is a PlayStation podcast here on Boss Rush Games, where each week we come together live here on twitch.tv/Boss Rush Games live to bring you the latest news, rumors, discussions, and games in the world of PlayStation. If you can't join us live, you can head over to youtube.com/Boss Rush Games or your favorite podcast service every Thursday to listen to our show. Remember to please like, share, rate, and review us wherever you consume our shows, and check out our family of other podcasts, all available on wow, I was so good, and it happened. And check out our family of podcasts and all of our content available on bossrushgames.com. Man, I couldn't have gotten 7 more words without getting tongue-tied. I was doing so good.
Okay.
Jeez.
Wait,
Okay.
you're not even drinking though.
Yeah, the only thing I'm getting intoxicated off of is this antioxidant cocoa fusion Molokai coconut drink. That's only 10 calories and not a drop of sugar.
A drop.
Not a drop. So I can't even say that I'm 3 sheets to the wind like a couple of you guys on the podcast right now are.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say which couple.
Well, hey, guilty.
I think you can guess at least one of them.
That's all right, though. That's all right. That's all right. If someone didn't have to keep the show in order, and I don't know which one of the 4 of us that is.
The one who keeps the show in order is gone. We miss you, man.
Is that why he left? Did we run him away?
No.
Finally, our master plan finally unveiled. God, you can't steal our bits, man. I put a question out there to the world on the Crossroads Twitter, which, by the way, if you're not following us, PS_Crossroads, check it out on Twitter. And I wanted to get general questions. I wasn't trying to dig at anybody. I really wasn't trying to start any heat. And then, Arsenal X over there is like, why are we better than you guys? And so I looked at it like, look at the Xbox show, trying to start a fight. I would say let's battle it out with our launch title games, but
it is kind of easier for us since we have a lot more to talk about. A lot more games come out, and
better personalities, better people, we're funnier,
We're lively.
A better experience.
More viewers on Twitch. I mean, the numbers don't lie.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to win a Twitter war, that's fine. Just let them have that.
We can let them have that one. We can let them have that one.
We gotta
have a charity case. It's just we're not doing Extra Life this year. I mean, you might as well give to those in need. Like,
we get it. You have Sunset Overdrive. It's okay. We understand.
Okay. Oh, you can have that one game Insomniac made great for you. The rest of them we'll take.
Yeah.
You guys can have Elder Scrolls. They just keep releasing the same game over and over. We get it. Skyrim's a good game.
By the way, I'm definitely getting an Xbox for Bethesda.
Yeah, so I'm totally buying an Xbox for Bethesda. I don't know why I'm talking shit, but like,
yeah. After taking a quick tour on Arsenal X or on Sunday night, I think I'm probably going to get a Series S. I think I am. That's like, so the audience out there can call me a traitor or whatnot. I understand. Like, I've done some really questionable things in my tenure as a gamer. So like, this would just be another like notch on the belt or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Another notch in your bedpost of, oh man, you get around with your consoles. Okay, we get it.
I'm like this. I know I'm gonna have both. I love video games.
Well, I mean, technically, I've already filled out the 2-system quota because I've got a Switch, and technically, Switch is still a current console, and I'll be getting PS5, so I've technically got the 2 console minimum that practically almost every household has. I mean, you're living the dream if you can have every current console all at once. You're living the dream.
It's like my girl Hannah Montana always says, you get the best of both worlds. You get the Game Pass and the exclusives. I mean, what more could you want?
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I have all
like your girl Hannah Montana.
I was just like, I've been dealing with this dude for 18 months. Why do I keep doing it?
It's longer than 18 months, almost 2 years, man.
Well, okay, if you go by the fake anniversary I put up.
That's the one I go by now. The
fake anniversary.
I forgot when LAN Party's 1-year anniversary was.
To be fair,
I think we started.
We were talking before that. We met probably January, like as far as talking online, because we played Anthem, which came out in February. So somewhere around there.
Do you want an anniversary gift? I mean,
I'm just saying it's been almost 2 years, you motherfucker. Okay, jeez.
I love you too, buddy.
Jeez.
Nellie, I think we're gonna have to give these guys. I think we're gonna have to cancel these guys.
It's okay. We'll make out later. It'll be fun.
Hey, I'm trying to get back on LAN Party. That was fun.
Yes,
I know. It felt like we got brought into like something. You know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Say it. Come on, man. This is Crossroads. We're allowed to have fun on this show.
Okay.
Over there at Power Block, they might have like a rundown, and they might have like
the most PC thing they do over there is talk about snacks.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I want to talk about snacks too.
But actually, I feel like LAN Party. I feel like the experience was kind of like when you wind up at those parties where it was like everybody's like just drop your keys and just go, just go. That was the experience I felt like I was getting, and I enjoyed every minute of it. It was a blast hanging out with you guys. I was sitting there like, I want to be your friend full time now.
And to be honest, like I promised you guys a good time, and I was like, man, okay, do I need to produce this episode? Do we need to? The best episodes we do are the ones where we have absolutely no fucking plan whatsoever, and that was kind of what it ended up being, which was awesome.
Yeah. And you put me on the spot though. You had me go first, and yeah, that's the reason why that episode.
In my defense on that, I always pick on Austin for first, because I like Nick better, so Nick can go last. And it also my defense, and I apologize to her greatly, Alexa. I am so sorry I forgot you in the intro too. I am so sorry about that. I listened to that back today and I'm like, I forgot everybody's favorite. Because she's normally the first one I do. I never think about it.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was.
The best.
She was, but
literally the only redeeming factor of our channel.
She's the glue.
Yeah, but if you guys don't know about it, I'll give Logan and Austin a chance to talk about LAN Party a little bit later on in the show. But give it check it out. I am the reason why last week's LAN Party has got the title it has. I'll just put it like that.
Has a huge cock. Oh no, it's better because in the SoundCloud tags, you can find that episode by using Nintendo, sex, and block/cock. I had to use those tags to get. Oh, Minecraft porn. I think that was the other one.
Minecraft porn.
Yeah,
that'll definitely get looked up.
Oh yeah. You know that's going to generate some traffic. You know that is.
People like their porn cubed.
All right, so before we get into tonight's news and events topics, here are some quick PlayStation blurbs the team over here at Crossroads thought you might be interested in. Starting off is PlayStation 5 accessories may ship ahead of the console launch date. So we know that the PS5 is launching on November 12th, but Sony has quietly updated the release dates for many of its PS5 accessories on the official PlayStation Direct store with a new October 30th release, which is 2 weeks before the PS5 consoles will hit the store shelves.
My headphones have already shipped, which is awesome. I'm totally thankful for that.
Those things look so freaking cool.
They're so cool, and they were only $99. I was like, hell yeah!
Are you for real?
Yeah, they're $99 for that new headset, and it's 100% worth it. Because they are enhanced for the 360 audio.
Oh, damn it! I didn't want to.
I was due for a new one anyway, so I was like, screw it.
See, I technically have been trying to figure out, I want to get a new set of headphones for the PC, and I was thinking about getting ones that were both PC and PS5 compatible. But those new ones those ones for PS5 look so freaking sweet that I may just wind up having multiple headsets this time around.
Side debate, and I don't mean to take away from the quick show. Do you go wired or do you like Bluetooth headphones?
I've done wired for so long that the next pair of headsets I'm planning on getting will be Bluetooth, so I can finally see if there's a difference. Are you about to tell me that there's a difference?
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I probably won't ever go away from wired again because I did go wireless. I had a pair of what was it? It was higher end Skull Candies that I was using actually to mix sound with at live events, but I had there's a little bit of delay there with Bluetooth that I just
is.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not by much, but it's just a hair. And when I mix live sound, like when I'm working a concert or something, and I have to mix audio, that half second where it just doesn't click. But
I can't do that. But I also found ways to because number one, cord distance is a big deal for a lot of people, and I wound up buying like 2 10-foot cables and just extend and just hooking them up extensions so I can walk damn near out of my bedroom into the bathroom and still be plugged in with no problems. Yeah, so that's how I've gotten around it. But I did want to consider getting Bluetooth for some more freedom, but that little bit of delay is enough to keep me away from doing that.
Yep, especially if you're doing a lot of PC gaming. I mean, it would just be slight enough where
it's enough to drive me nuts. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how small or how big the gap is. It would be just enough to drive me nuts. Yep. All right. Next topic. Sony has apologized for the PS5 voice recording confusion that it generated, saying the main purpose is to be used for reporting harassment. The PS3 will not be sending your voice chats to Sony. That is some crazy wording, actually. Basically, so let's break this down real fast. Basically, what's happening is because there's a lot of confusion about the latest firmware update for both PS4 and PS5. Basically, it sounded like Sony was going to be spying on you, which was not the actual end goal of it. It was bad jargon on the part of Sony, and basically what they were trying to explain is that you will now have a tool for reporting people who engage in abusive behavior during your online multiplayer sessions and things like that. So that's what it's going to be used for. We're going to touch a little bit more on this topic during the show a little bit later, but the next blurb is Borderlands 3 for PS5 and Xbox Series X. Those versions will be available at launch for next gen. The free next gen upgrade for Borderlands 3 will release on the same day as PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. As previously announced, PS5 and Xbox versions of the game will be free for those who own the game on the respective previous generation consoles. Your add-on content and your save will also be transferable. And final bullet for us is Rock Band 4 and the instrument controllers will be playable on PS5 and Xbox Series X. Rock Band 4 and all DLC will work on next-gen consoles on day one, stated by Harmonix. We believe previously supported instruments should work as expected. So Harmonix is just another one of the many developers that are trying to elevate the experience and make sure that you can continue to enjoy your games as they hit to the new consoles. To get the scoop on all these blurbs, links will be provided in our Twitch stream chat. Go check them out and then continue the conversation with us on our Twitter page at PS_Crossroads. Now, guys, ready to break into the news and events for this week?
Sure. Let's do it.
Are we hype? Are we hype? There's quite a few things that I know I want to talk about.
Go.
All right, so let's just go ahead and let's start one of the. It's kind of subtle, but it's also kind of a big deal. The PlayStation Store is going to stop selling PS3, PSP, and PS Vita games through the web and mobile markets. Basically, well, we got Sony plans to limit what's available to purchase on the web and mobile versions of its digital store with a new overhaul that has already started to go into effect over on the PlayStation Store. In an email sent to PlayStation development partners, it was stated that on October 29th for the web, which was 2 days ago, and October 28th for mobile, certain digital products will no longer be available for purchase. This will include PS3 games and add-ons, PSP games and add-ons, PlayStation Vita games and add-ons, apps, themes, and various avatars. It says various avatars, but I think it's all avatars. But it all depends. I haven't actually gone to the store to do any actual purchases in a while. I probably won't be back on the store until PS5 is go and I actually have one sitting on my shelf. Customers will still be able to purchase PS3, PSP, and Vita titles from the PlayStation Store, but only directly from the system. So that's the thing to note. For those systems now, you actually have to launch the PlayStation Store application from the system. Right. The web and mobile apps will no longer have these titles and these products there anymore. Sony has assured that customers will keep the content from older gen systems they previously purchased. So don't worry, like your old games are not going anywhere. It's in your digital history that you purchased them. You still have actual use to them. If they're not on your current consoles, you just have to you have to launch the store from the console and get it yourself. Sony is also doing away with the Your Wish List feature, which is actually a big deal because that's how I kind of kept track of what games I was looking for are going on sale, because those flash sales, man, they're ruthless.
Oh,
Yeah. So guys, go ahead. You guys have the floor. Talk about it.
I'm a little worried because I don't really plug up my PlayStation 3. And there are still like a lot of PlayStation games that I want to play. So now I have to bring out my PlayStation 3 for no reason.
I get it.
Go ahead.
I mean, like, I get it. It makes sense that, you're not going to support the 2 gens ago. I mean, like, realistically, we're probably only going to get, like, new game or, like, games coming out to, like, PS4. Probably for like another year after this. I mean, we know Horizon's on it, and we know a few others, but like, it makes sense. It's the circle of life.
Yeah, it really is.
Come to an end. But you can still get the games. I mean, it's not like with like Wii, where like they shut down. And granted, the original Wii had like a ton of support for almost a decade after. But like, at least you can still purchase games. You just have to go through the online system, or you have to actually do it on the console. That's fine. I mean, I think if you play it regularly enough, you would still use that anyway. So
yeah, it's really no big deal. I'm just like, oh man, I gotta break out the other brick.
I think it helps clean up the store too, because when you get on the mobile website, it's like a pain. If you're looking for something and there is anything with PS3, you're getting all the PS3 DLC that's popping up, and it makes it more uniformed in a way.
It was a pretty good experience. I did like that because you're doing searches for the games and stuff, but you definitely saw everything that was available for that, including all the microtransactions, because some companies out there was like, hey, get the what is it, the loot crates and all that stuff.
Yeah. it's pretty annoying on some of that stuff. The PS Store needs a lot of help, and hopefully this will help make it a little bit smoother. It is gonna suck to look for PS Vita games on the Vita because the Vita Store is like
the Vita Store is a
mess.
The Vita Store, like that was one of the experiences that kind of got on my nerves, honestly.
Yeah, but
it was also the reason why I did a lot more physical sales than physical purchases on the Vita than actual digital.
Yeah, got my collection, little Vita cases.
Yep. Yep, definitely.
I need a charger for mine.
I need to actually replace the cord because not the part that goes into the wall, but the part that goes into the Vita. I noticed that mine is starting to get frayed. Yeah. I mean, I could just jury rig it. I could just get some magnetic tape, some electrical tape, and just wrap it up. But it's like, come on, then that looks ghetto.
If you have depending on what Galaxy you have, as long as it's not a C cord, it's the same one.
Wait.
Same charger.
Are you for real?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I have to look at that.
Well, actually, do you have the OG one or do you have?
Yeah, I have the original one.
I don't know that for sure. My OG died.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's dead. Rest in peace. But the slim ones, they take the USB Type B or whatever.
Wow, maybe I should just go on a crusade and find the redone ones. I don't know. Like I
get one of them blue ones or orange ones from Japan. Those things are sick.
The import cost on that though. Come on now.
Yeah.
All right, so it seems like every week there's an article here that just makes Logan's day, and we all know what this next article is about, don't we? But I hate to burst your bubble, Logan, because your prediction for Bugsnax did not come true.
I know, and I'm kind of mad about this.
All right, so if you guys don't know the news by now, Bugsnax is now an official PlayStation 5 launch title. From developer Young Horses, they have announced on October 8th that Bugsnax will debut November 12th. Just a quick reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that's the PlayStation 5 launch date. Mm-hmm. Young Horses also revealed via their Twitter page that the game has gone gold. We spoke last week about games such as Cyberpunk and Spider-Man Miles Morales going gold. Just to give you guys just a quick refresher on what that term means. Once a title is announced they've gone gold, that signals that development of the game has completed, with a master version of the software being printed to disc, which is often a gold disc, which is where that phrase came from. And then all that was left at that point was production. Bugsnax is also going to be available for PlayStation 4 and PC via the Epic Game Store on that same date, but its PS5 release is significant. It will get new console owners another game to play on the first day with the system, and it will strengthen the already popular notion that PlayStation 5 has a stronger launch lineup than the competitor, Xbox Series X, which weren't we just talking about that earlier?
Look, Xbox.
We were just
made sure they got on launch. You're telling me Halo Infinite couldn't get their shit together to be at launch? We already have a better exclusive, and we're not even talking about Spider-Man. Come on, y'all.
I'll tell you, man. Don't get in between Logan and his Bugsnax. Don't do it.
This is awesome, though. I mean, like this game, like there is copies out in the wild now. I know some reviewers that have it, and everybody's talking about how, like, dude, this is a legitimately great game. And one thing I saw, like, you can't give out like your official full review and prediction yet, or not prediction, but like you can't give like your full impression of it yet. But one comment I saw was, it's so delightfully fun in ways you didn't expect it to be, and I was like, that's kind of what I want out of this game, because like, on its surface, this game looks just really simple, and like I said, it looks like it has an ape escape element to it and all that cool stuff. But this might actually be the first game I play on my PS5. I keep thinking about it.
Oh, really good.
It kind of makes sense breaking the PS5 at that.
I mean, Bugsnax looks cool, but I didn't really care for Octodad, so that was the other game they made.
Was adorable. And I just found that they're the same creators. I was like, wait.
Honestly, that game was too quirky for me. I'm pretty sure Bugs Next might be a little too quirky for me. Doesn't mean I won't try it out, but it is what it is. Like it's still got to do a little bit more work to get me to sign on.
I'm just saying, Xbox, you could have had Viva Pinata come out, a new Viva Pinata, and I would have switched sides. I could have switched sides.
You know what? You make a very valid point there. Wait, who did do Viva Pinata? Who was the developer for that?
Rare.
It was Rare?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are
Well,
you
we see what's happening there.
Yeah. I love Viva Pinata. I love the cartoon too.
I enjoyed it. I will say that. That was the one game when they had it in the demo units at GameStop. That was the one thing that I wasted my time on in my lunch breaks.
Yeah. It's a great game. Making pinatas mate.
See, you just had to go there. You just had to go there, even though it was on my mind too. But you just had to go there.
You said what you were thinking.
All right. Well, I mean, so we know we're not going to be able to find Logan on PS5 launch day. It won't even matter if he has a PlayStation or not. We just won't be able to find him that day.
There is vacation time taken. There is things. Yeah, no.
He's gonna have his quality time with Bugs Next, and then we need to prep a sub for PS5 launch week. No,
I mean like it would probably actually be good to come out that Tuesday. I'm just be like, all right, y'all, like this is all I've done for like the last 5 days. Let me tell you something, brother. Don't go into that room. It smells horrible. But let's.
That's like that. Y'all watched the Dragon Ball Z abridged on the YouTube series when it was out. Okay, then it's definitely a joke that will go over everybody's heads. Okay, so we'll move on to the next topic now.
All right.
So, everybody here at Crossroads has cat scratch fever over Miles Morales' Spider Cat costume. Are y'all ready to talk? Because I just realized I skipped over a topic to talk about this one. So we'll get back to the other topic in a moment. We gotta talk about Spider Cat.
Yay! I lost my mind when I saw that because it actually looks like my cat, and I was automatically attached to it. So I was like, I need this cat in my life. And it was gangster, like, pow.
No, it's like we get.
Hold on. Let me get this. Let me get through this part right here first. Okay, so can you believe that not one but two Spider-Men will be in the upcoming Spider-Man Miles Morales game? We couldn't believe it when we saw another Spider-Man joining up with our new hero Miles Morales. All right, so here's how it goes. Following a side mission that sees Miles foiling a mission and foiling a crime and completing an important errand for a bodega owner, Miles himself gets a new costume and a new crime-fighting partner, Spider-Man the Cat. Donning his own Spidey mask, Spider-Man is probably one of the coolest, if not cutest, things to happen to a Marvel Games property in a long freaking time. And the Crossroads crew, we are here for it. So let's talk about this because I cannot tell you how many times I watched that video.
Fell in love.
I cannot tell you how many times I watched that video, especially that end part of the video.
Oh
yeah. I'm actually about to watch it again now.
Okay, we're not trying to spoil it for you, but if you head over to the Twitch chat right now, I put links into where you can see the reveal for Spider-Man the Cat. And yes, I'm not kidding. His name is actually Spider-Man.
It's the cutest thing ever, and it's that little bit of character that this game kind of needs, right?
Yes. Because in all seriousness, like you never tell, like the Miles Morales game is definitely it's pretty much a copycat of last year's Spider-Man game, but that's not a bad thing. So like having Spider-Man the Cat in this actually does something to change up the formula just a little bit, and it's that wacky zaniness that you come to expect from Insomniac and and Spider-Man.
Well, because especially like with Spider-Man, just in general, look at like all the different iterations with like Spider-Verse and all that stuff. I mean, Spider-Cat's just fun. It's just it's great. It's gonna be that comedic relief. It's the only suit I'm gonna wear. I'll 100% verify this. This is the only suit I'm wearing. And
are you sure? What if he gets a Kratos suit and he does something particularly badass?
Okay. There's actually 3 suits. Because did you see the other screenshot that just came out of the jean jacket?
Yes,
like,
I did.
The legitimate jean jacket one. Because like I was all for the pop punk Spider-Man that was in the 2018 game.
Yeah.
But it looked a little bit awkward. That one looks so dope on Miles Morales that I want that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just give me all the suits. I want them all.
Just give me everything. I'm here for it.
Austin, you're quiet over there. How are you feeling?
I really don't know what to think about Spider-Cat. I just don't. I mean, it is Insomniac, so maybe we'll see some Ratchet and Clank vibes in it. Maybe we'll have I don't know if you can control the cat himself. Just have him go through different air vents and stuff that.
Can you imagine? Oh, like how we did with Clank in the older games.
That's what I'm thinking of. So maybe that's a possibility. I haven't seen the trailer. So I just saw a picture of it, and I'm glad it's an orange cat. I love orange cats.
I'm telling you, man. Like just the GIF alone, just is just enough. It's like, geez, like you guys have to watch it. Like I said, I put the link in the Twitch chat, so please check it out. If you're checking the podcast out, on Thursday when it releases, just come back to the Twitch live stream and we'll rewatch the stream, and you'll find the link there, or just go look it up yourself. But you will not be disappointed because I'm telling you, man.
You won't.
I'm telling you, man. Just seeing that finisher, it would turn any cat hater into an immediate animal lover. Anybody.
Cat is gangster. I love it.
Do you think we'll see a cat versus black cat, Spider Cat versus black cat fight?
That would be.
That would be funny.
What if it swings through the air like Spider-Man? Oh my goodness.
Okay. So realistically, what characters do we think are going to actually show up in this game? Because like Black Cat's a great example.
You know, I don't think Black Cat's going to show up for this one.
No.
But you know, I would lose my mind if Spider-Gwen shows up, or she makes a cameo.
Oh.
Because just imagine, because remember, like when we were playing Spider-Man, the game, we did not anticipate seeing Miles Morales in the game.
No.
We did not, and that was a pleasant surprise. Like, and that was a whole chapter of the game.
And are they going to try to like rewrite that story too? Like, is she okay? As much as we think that Yuri's Spider-Man is going to be kind of guiding him in this game, what if it is actually Spider-Gwen kind of leaving like clues and stuff of this is who you need to become, this is who you are, and all this stuff? Like that could be cool.
You know, there's a good possibility because we're starting to hear rumors about the next Spider-Man MCU movie where it looks like there's going to be a Spider-Verse thing happening. Because they've already said that Jamie Foxx's Electro is supposed to be featured in this movie, but there's also rumors that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Men are also going to be Spider-Mans. Wow, that's such broken grammar.
Toby, especially with Triple J in it too. I mean, that's not.
Oh, that's right. Yes, because they did get why is the actor's name escaping me?
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, yeah. That was a shocker on its own at the end of the last Spider-Man movie when he showed up.
That was so hype, though. That was so hype. And like,
go ahead.
Speaking of Triple J, like, how great was that in the video game too? Of like, Triple J has his own podcast and he's going Spider-Man. Like, that was. I would purposely take an extra like block to swing around before
just
I
to
go
listen
into
to the whole.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility that they're actually because because like we were already bitching about it last week when they just changed the look of Peter Parker in the game. We were bitching about that hardcore, and it was like make it make sense. But now that we've started our own little headcanon saying what if they're using the game as well as the movie to branch into the Spider-Verse after success off of the actual Into the Spider-Verse movie. We're looking at technically a whole new franchise that will propel Marvel games in a new direction, and this is on top of the pretty decent success as Marvel Avengers right now, and of course Marvel Ultimate Alliance is a thing now. Like it's back. It's on the Switch for now. Hopefully it may show up on another system, but but there's that. So it looks like the Marvel Games division is starting to jump off and get its own footing.
Maybe that's why they brought the cat out. They knew everyone was pissed off about the new Spider-Man face. They're like, all right, give him the cat. We gotta make some ground now.
I need something cute and adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? They didn't need any more reasons to sell me on the game, but that right there basically guarantees I'm getting the game. So I'm gonna plop that $70 down for the. Oh wait, actually, $70 for the full version.
For the full, yeah.
Yeah, with the remastered collection. So. With the remastered edition of the original Spider-Man. So yes, I am happy and I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
So good.
Oh yeah, but we also cannot wait to talk about the PlayStation 5 UI. You know what?
Killzone.
I'm just gonna sit back for this. You guys have the floor. Take it.
I don't. I gotta look it up because I don't even remember what it looks like. I shouldn't even be admitting that, but.
I like it. I like that they put a focus on games on the front page. I like that there's a separate page for games and media.
Yeah.
I prefer the scrolling bars on PlayStation. It just makes it very easy. There's two bars, you go left, right. I know it's not the quickest way to do things. I know like Xbox seems to have more shortcuts, but I also seem to like just forget those shortcuts all the time and they constantly move. Whereas PlayStation is just left, right, two different bars.
I feel like though, like that's something that as PlayStation gamers that's the one that we've been the most familiar with, honestly, because like that bar has been around since PS3, and then it was a thing for the PSP, and then they technically they kind of ignored it in PS Vita and gave us like that weird honeycomb thing going on with little bubbles and stuff, which I felt like that was an encumbrance, like based off of what we were used to. And then it kind of went back to that style that we knew in PS4 and stuff like that. So I didn't have any problems with that design at all, and I'm kind of glad that they keep that familiarity. It's funny because we were talking on Arsenal X about like the different designs that the Xbox UIs have gone through and stuff like that. And yeah, they've been great and innovative and stuff like that. But I do like the keep it simple, stupid like methodology sometimes. All right, but keep going. I just had to talk about that real fast while you mentioned it.
No, I actually it does seem like that they're making it bigger. So, the PS4 we had like these little bitty blocks for each game. Mm-hmm. This one seems to be more of a banner style. It looks like Netflix where it has like a background picture of the game that looks cool. So there's an emphasis on games and also just Killzone. Killzone was in the Avatar. Killzone needs to come back. They need to try to make it better. So yeah, I think they hinted Killzone for a reason. I think it's coming back.
Yeah, Guerrilla's definitely big enough. They could definitely separate some of the team and definitely do it. It'd be a perfect time to come back to it.
They have two teams. So
do they? Yeah, they do. Yeah, my bad. Look, I love this. The one thing that I love, and it's not getting talked about a ton, is when you're playing a game and you get stuck on a difficult part, there is going to be a little blurb that pops up that allows you to either watch videos of other people doing the walkthrough there, or it gives you hints and stuff. I miss the days of buying physical walkthrough or manuals or gameplay stuff like that, like the big book that you could buy in GameStop. That had, hey, these are where all these are at, and these are where all, because there's games like Uncharted. I think Uncharted is a perfect example here of like there are parts where you get severely stuck in that game that having that little video or having that little something. Fallen Order is a great one too. Fallen Order, because it's like a Dark Souls game, you don't know what you're supposed to do like half the time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of really cool things there, and I love that. It just looks so clean and it looks so perfect, and that intro or like that opening sequence to get into it is just. Shout out to Burger King for getting the exclusive to start the sound and all that. That was cool.
I will say this. The hint section is probably one of the coolest things because also let's look at this. A lot of gamers we're getting old. We're getting old, and one of the disadvantages of becoming older is we lose patience. We will lose patience real fast if we're stuck on something for something longer than 20 minutes. We will lose patience and be like, okay, I got other games I can play right now and stuff like that. And and I liked how you brought up Uncharted because Uncharted was one of the first games I remember where you got in-game hints. The game, it's like the game was monitoring. Like, okay, you've been stuck on this puzzle for 15 minutes now. Let's give this dummy a clue.
Well, but. Like, for all intents and purposes, how many times do we quit a game because I have no idea where the heck I'm supposed to be?
Yes.
Fallout Order is the best example I can think of lately where, I ended up beating that game, but it took me forever to beat that game because...
There were times where it felt like I was... There was times I felt like I was fumbling around the dark playing Fallen Order.
Yep. But way to go, Sony. Your UI looks amazing.
Also, trophy... more trophy benefits to where you could see how many collectibles you have and how many collectibles you need to get the trophy and stuff like that. Stuff that Xbox did a long time ago and PlayStation finally decided to get the bright idea like, hey, maybe people like that. We do. Trust me, we do. We would love that.
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta give thanks to Xbox and Microsoft for giving us a trophy and achievement system. Something we didn't think we needed at a certain point in playing video games. It was easy to brag and possibly even boast about stuff that you did in the game that there wasn't even accountability for, and people had to take your word for it. Versus, hey, this game has 35 achievements. Did you get them all?
Now, okay, I want to ask the whole panel this. What's one platinum you're really happy that you got? Or like a game that you're really proud you got a lot of trophies in?
See, I wasn't a big trophy hunter, but back in the PS3 days, there were I trophy hunted for any game that I really enjoyed. So I got platinums on the Uncharted, I got platinums on the Dead Space games, and I got a few more platinums outside of that. But those are the ones the Dead Space ones for sure are the ones because there's a few in Dead Space 2 that requires you have more than 2 playthroughs, and that's because I know I'm not just talking about beating on the hardcore modes and stuff like that. There were some trophies that you actually had to play through the game 3-4 times to get all the trophies. But also, Dead Space 2 was a really fun romp for me in that franchise. Even though I love Dead Space 3, I do. Yeah. It's not the best game in the series, but it's a wonderful adventure. Which by the way, next week is Halloween week, and we're going to talk about our top. We're going to talk about our top 4 scary games that we played individually and stuff like that.
We're dressing up, aren't we?
Are we dressing up? Or do we have to dress up?
I think we have to dress up, man. I think we have to.
Okay. I guess that outfit I was planning to wear for my OnlyFans show will have to be brought out for Halloween.
Okay.
Hey, Dirty Cupid. That's all I'm saying.
No judgment here.
Minus the diaper. No diaper.
So just a naked? So you're just naked?
Hey, you notice the camera perspective stops at a certain place.
I was like, what he said?
Don't get up and pee during this show.
One thing I want to hit on with the PlayStation UI experience is definitely the whole. Did I get it right, or were those cards keeping track of your activities in the game? Was it
I was going to bring that up. Yeah.
Okay.
Show in-game progress. I like that a lot.
That's freaking cool because for the longest time, like honestly, the game was what told you your progress.
Yeah.
So, oh man,
hopefully that includes a timer too.
Oh, that would be great. But can you imagine? Can you imagine the talking points when your friends come over and you turn on your system, and it's a game that was 4 years old, and it's like, man, you're only 40% through with that game. Can you imagine the trash talk that's going to go down?
That'd be great. Friendships would be lost.
Yeah, but any party thoughts on that? Just the UI experience or any of the other topics? Because it's time for our big topic.
Uh-oh.
I'm very curious as far as the screen sharing goes. If you're in a party with other people and you can have it in picture-in-picture mode, that's also very cool. I don't know how well it's going to run, but
what if they did too? Because this is one thing I loved and I still love about Xbox is that you can have Netflix in picture while you're playing a game. Because like, especially when I'm doing Austin, like when I'm playing like FIFA or Madden, I always have to have something else going on because it helps my ADD horribly because I have horrific ADD. So like having Netflix up there is just benefit. I hope the PlayStation 5 gets there.
Master RBG in chat was like public shaming, Game of Thrones style. Yeah. Man, I would be that asshole that has a bell just for when I go over to my buddy's house and be like, man, you haven't beat Ratchet and Clank yet? Ding, ding, ding.
Here it comes.
I know what that's like.
All right, but yep. You know what? The more and more I see the PlayStation 5, the more and more I stay excited for it. There's just no denying it's probably going to be one of my favorite consoles to play. Because I'll be honest with you, like the PS3, I had a good time with it, but the PS3 wasn't really a defining experience. PS4 was. And so to see PS5 come out it's coming out and just some of the stuff they have to offer for it, it's not even up to our imaginations right now. They're showing us stuff, and it's one of those things I can't wait to have it in my hands. It's plain and simple, like I got to think about investing in these headsets though. I do.
Yeah.
All right, so it's time for our big topic, and let's be real for a moment. Not everyone can afford the luxury of owning every current video game console. All of us have to settle with getting one, possibly two of the current consoles, and then just playing catch up after the cycle has ended for that system via a used game store or yard sale experience. So, given that we're all PlayStation gamers here, and we already have said that most of us either have Switches or PCs and stuff like that, what's the one Xbox exclusive you would steal for PlayStation? Who wants to go first?
So I've thought about this, and either I want the original Titanfall on PlayStation because I know Angel City came into Titanfall 2 and that, but Angel City is just an okay map. There were so many amazing maps in the first Titanfall. I think Titanfall 2 it's got some cool maps, but like there's not one that I'm just completely blown away by. Mm-hmm. So I absolutely love. I really, really want that more than anything else. I want Titanfall and then Sunset Overdrive, but I've talked about that before.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about Sunset Overdrive. I'll be honest with you. It was one of the motivating factors for why I got Game Pass.
Yeah,
it was.
I was actually thinking Sunset Overdrive, but I'm gonna reach back and go with Jet Set Radio.
Thank you. That was my pick. That was my pick. But please talk some more about it.
I feel like that's just a forgotten title, and I feel bad for the people who didn't get a chance to play it. So I think it needs to just come on over to PlayStation.
I didn't get a chance. Well, I barely got a chance to play it. I mean, like I borrowed a buddy's Xbox for the weekend with the express purpose of playing that game, and you know how life comes at you fast, and there's all sorts of bullshit going on. Like I only got to play a couple of levels of the game, and I was so pissed because I had to give my boy back his Xbox because he was in the military, so it's one of those things you can't just keep your friend's Xbox, when he's about to go on deployment and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, Jet Set Radio. That's one of my favorite Sega franchises, and I was a little upset that that was one Sega franchise that didn't go multi system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was upsetting. I mean, like everything about the game, from the gameplay style to the music, like man, like I love the soundtrack, and I went out of my way. I imported the 2 CD soundtrack, so the one that had more licensed music on it. I got that one, and man, some about that music. That's some, and it was an elevation from the original Jet Set Radio music, because Jet Set Radio music has like K-popish like hints to it, but then we shift gears and it's like EDM, which is my shit. Mm-hmm. It's my thing, and it's like, man, like I'm one of those people. I will play video game music like it's regular music all the time, and people are like, hey, what song is that? I'm like, oh, this is from a video game soundtrack.
Me too. I might have to play Sunset Overdrive tonight. I might have to put 2 minutes to the side.
Yeah.
And bring that back out.
It's fun. It's fun. It kind of pisses me off that it took me 4 years to play the game, but that's because things. I didn't have an Xbox One. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking it was a 360 title.
And that's crazy, because when I first saw Sunset Overdrive, I was like, oh my God, is this a new Jet Set Radio?
Yeah, a lot of people thought that, honestly. A lot of people a lot of people saw like a lot of striking similarities between the game. I mean, it wasn't really heavy cell shaded though. It was more of a classic, like polygons like and rendered graphics game.
Yeah. Still. Mine's Gears of War. I just love Gears of War. That's really my only answer.
Gears of War is a good pick. It is a good pick. I will say that. I feel like I cheat because I have a PC. So, and for the last 2 console generations and going into 3 console generations, practically every exclusive from Xbox has shown up on the PC. But I tell you what, if they turn around, and I told the guys in Arsenal Exits on Sunday, I was like, if they turn around and they say they're bringing Jet Set Radio Future back as a whatever the backwards compatible games are, if they say they bring that back on Series X or Series S, I will buy that system. Mm-hmm. They don't have to put it on Game Pass. I will buy it. So it's a shame I'll spend $300 just to play a $20 game.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Nothing wrong with that. No, it's no
problem with that at all.
Hey, I still play Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the Xbox. The old one. Not the
Yes. Mamoru in chat is saying Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead would be a great one.
Yes, yeah. I played that on PC as well. So, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, see, I feel like I almost had to recuse myself from this conversation, but there have been a few just Xbox only exclusives out there, and that's why I said Jet Set Radio Future. That's the one, because honestly, my Vita is still alive because I play Jet Set Radio on my Vita.
Yes, I actually have it for my Vita, and I think I have it for the P. Did it come out for PlayStation 3? I thought I bought it.
It is on PC. It is on PS3. It is on the PC, and it is on
360, right?
Was it on 360? Did they multi-release it on the marketplace? Did they release it on marketplace?
I think I'm lying, but hold on, let me see.
Because I know it was a big deal when they said they're bringing it out on PS3. I know it was a big deal.
Just Say Radio's on 360. Yes.
Okay.
That's what I thought. I was like, I knew I bought it for 2 different systems.
So they just need to put the sequel out on multi-console, a multi-platform, and just be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, Shenmue's on multi-console.
And the collection is in the PlayStation store.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Yeah. So there you go. Anything else you want to add to that? Master RPG in the the Orange Box.
Orange Box is on PS3.
Yeah, Orange Box on PS3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, I remember.
Is that the one with Portal and Team Fortress?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Portal, Team Fortress, Half-Life.
We got to say the one that almost came last year, Master Chief. I mean, it would be cool to play Halo.
It's
not that good. They can leave it over there.
It has been a long-running speculation that Halo may show up on another console system. Like, here's my thing though. I have a funny feeling though with the way Microsoft has been cozying up with Nintendo. I feel like Halo may show up on Nintendo or Switch.
Because you really don't have to do that much to like okay, because obviously Switch. It'd be a perfect game for the Switch Pro, right? If that ends up coming, you wouldn't have to change the graphics at all. You wouldn't have to scale it down. You just redo the button configuration. Really,
but you know what? But you know what's crazy though is because the BioShock collection is out on Switch right now. All 3 games, so BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite. Right now on the store, it's on sale. You buy the collection, it's $40. If you buy the games individually, you wind up paying $48. So buy the collection. And really save yourself some money. But I've seen the reviews on it. The games look true to form. That's awesome. For what they originally. Yeah. And I was sitting like, you know what? I have BioShock. I have all 3 BioShock games on PC. In various forms. I don't need to be spending $40 on the Switch because
you do.
That's the thing about it. Like, I'm such a portable gamer. Like, I've had a PSP, I've had a Vita, I've had various iterations of Game Boy, I've had the DS, I have a Switch now. It's like, but this is the thing about it. When the Vita was out, I was telling people, I was like, man, what we need is some of these classic PS2 and PS3 games to show up on the PSP, on the Vita. I'm sorry, on the Vita. Like, just imagine if Resistance Fall of Man, and Resistance 2 had shown up on there.
Yeah,
on the Vita. Imagine if all 3 Devil May Cries at the time had shown up on there. Yeah. Imagine if Bayonetta showed up. Games like that. Games that would definitely have a good place and a portable feel to it. Because there's days like when they brought the God of War like PSP games. Mm-hmm. That kind of got the whole ball rolling. Even though those God of War PSP games were original titles, they weren't remakes of the original ones that were out at the time. Still, that got the whole thing going because if you could build a game like that on the PSP and it felt like the experience of the original games, like there was no reason why the original games couldn't come.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Don't feel bad about forgetting the PS Vita. Can we kick this guy out of chat?
Vita lives, man. Vita lives.
I know this guy personally. I'll have words for him next time I'm at his workplace. I'll have words for him. I know him personally.
The Vita lives on this show.
Yes, the Vita is alive and kicking.
I think you just held up your Vita too.
This is like the level of like when Natalie Portman says like say something nice about Jar Jar Binks, bitch. This is where we're going with this. You get crazy.
All right, so let's see. What did we have? We had Jet Set Radio. We had we had Jet Set Radio. What were the games?
The original Titanfall. Master Chief.
Mm-hmm.
And Gears of War.
Gears of War. Okay, which is some very good titles that actually they would have good homes over on PlayStation. I will say that much right now. It doesn't matter when you bring them out. I'd love to see these games make an appearance on PS5. And wasn't that a rumor at one point? As we get ready to go into rumor control, wasn't a rumor at one point that more and more games would show up in places you had not expected them? Like we might finally start seeing more Nintendo titles branching out to other systems.
Yeah, but Nintendo's the weird one because Nintendo doesn't like to share their content.
They don't.
I mean, they're really, really hard about it, unless it's like a Rabbids game that Ubisoft makes. I mean,
yeah.
Nintendo's Nintendo's also in that weird spot too, where like we're seeing a lot of weird characters in Smash right now, and that's cool, that's awesome. But I think that relationship works better with Microsoft because at the heart of it, Sony also doesn't like to share, but. Like, credit to Phil Spencer because he's built a great relationship with Nintendo there. I think if we're going to see, like, games show up in weird places, it's Nintendo games showing up on the Xbox.
Yes.
Or heck, Nintendo games showing up on PC through Game Pass. That could be something down the road I could see happening.
Yeah.
That's something good to think about. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, There are some really good Nintendo titles that I would love seeing on PC. I can't see myself really playing any of the Mario games. I'm not even shading Mario. Ed's not in the chat, or it would have already blown up for me saying it. But I mean, there are very worthy titles from Nintendo that I feel would have a great home on either the PC or in a different market, you know. But yeah. I feel like and with you mentioning it, Logan, I feel like basically what happens is Nintendo and Sony both, they still have that Eastern mentality, you know, like they want to stay true to their clan. You know, like it's easy for the outsiders to come in. So, for example, when we see Microsoft properties come into Nintendo, or when we see, you know, Microsoft parties coming to Sony and stuff like that, it's easier for outsiders to come into the clan, but they don't want the clan to be broken up by going to the outside, you know, and stuff like that.
That's a great point because, okay, let's also think about this. When did the Microsoft and Nintendo relationship really get going in a strong way? It was right after the Switch came, and the Switch was the hottest it's ever been. I mean, we had seen small glimpses. Like I said, I mean, Ubisoft's always had a great relationship with Nintendo, and they've always been able to collaborate. Just Dance had some collabs, the Rabbids World, and all that cool stuff. But, like, Nintendo kind of played that to their card of, like, hey, we know where the console people want right now because it's brand new and we're getting ready for the Xbox Series 1 X or whatever the heck. I can't remember what every freaking console's called from Xbox. Just name it. But it was right before the PS4 Pro was coming out, and so it's like that was such a smart move of saying, hey, yeah, if you want to be here, that's fine, that's cool. We'll welcome you in. We'll put some characters in Smash. We'll do all that. I still think Master Chief should be in Smash, but that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I mean, it was just smart. And so now you look at it, it's like Nintendo's kind of on that edge of like, we know that we have to have a new, like, we know we're probably getting a new console out of them, whether it be the new Switch Pro or I think it's too early for another iteration of Switch, but like, or like Switch 2. But like, we know we're getting to that point where they're a little bit desperate because they haven't had a great games lineup this year in particular.
Wait, was that on Nintendo?
Yeah, Nintendo could get desperate and want some more Microsoft stuff and make a better trade.
I feel like Nintendo's going to coast for a little while because the Mario 35th anniversary is happening right now, and next year is both the Metroid and the Zelda anniversary.
Yep. True. And like I know like Nintendo's future is incredibly bright and that's awesome and that's phenomenal. I mean, Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be it's going to crush all kinds of records and all that good stuff. I'm still going to say it's overrated. But like you look at like Nintendo's fiscal year this year just because they've had to delay everything. COVID hit them more than it hit anybody else.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Like they've been very fortunate because they've had games come out at just the right time to sustain them, you know, during COVID. You know, Animal Crossing for sure. There was an uptick in hardware sales for them. Of course, the Mario 35th anniversary, the Mario 35th anniversary, which is crazy because I thought that game was going to be a little bit more, you know, like hard to find than it is right now. Nintendo's like the king of game scarcity, and I swear, like I walked into Best Buy and I literally saw like the Mario 3D collection, like 4 games wide and 8 games thick.
and not to step into like Power Block's world too much, but they do it to us, so screw it. Like Nintendo used to be the company of like you look at like last year. Last year is once a month we're giving you a big Nintendo game.
Yes.
This year it's once a quarter, and that's great. And Nintendo's getting ready to absolutely dominate the holidays. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the reviews and stuff of the Mario Kart in real life stuff.
Oh yes,
it is going over huge. Yes. People are loving this thing. It's so cool.
Yeah, a friend of mine, he got it for his daughter, and man, he's had to control himself from not trying to like take it and play it himself. He's had to control himself.
It's a genius idea.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Honestly, I just want it for the collector's items. Those little carts. You know, I would spend money for them.
I have several of the Mario Kart remote control cars when they put those out for a while. Not the new ones with the camera and everything for the game, but the ones before that.
Oh, okay.
They were great.
I was about to say, man, you balling.
No. These are the ones that are like, they were like $30, $40, I think. They had them at Target. They had a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, I remember those. I do remember those. Yeah.
And then I saw the new ones. I was like, oh, mine don't do that.
Here's the last thing I'm going to part with before we move on to our next and final topic. Is that I knew the landscape of gaming was changing when Cuphead released on the Switch. That's when I knew there was like a seismic shift happening in games landscape, because we're seeing properties that are technically like exclusive to one place and thinking it's going to be a lifetime exclusive all of a sudden showing up in the same console cycle on a competitor system, and it wasn't even a situation, because let's be honest, it seemed like at the time there was no plans for Cuphead to come anywhere else except for the marketplace and on the PC. It looked like it. Like if it was supposed to happen, like it was the most tight-lipped secret, But I mean, Cuphead showing up, and then I guess they were like, okay, let's relax a little bit more, because like it was wildly successful on the Switch, so we finally got our PS4 version, and but it was that part right there, and like the Ori games are showing up outside of Marketplace and PC.
Oh, Ori would be another one. I would love to steal that. I would love to steal Ori.
Yeah. Yes, for real. I'm so lucky I have Game Pass. Like, I'm still debating right now, should I just spend the extra $5 and get the Game Pass Ultimate so I can start playing xCloud stuff? I'm still debating. I know $5 sounds like I'm being a cheapskate, but given that I'm about to reactivate my PlayStation Plus membership and stuff like that, like you get nickel and dime there, because I've already got so many subscriptions going on. I got Netflix, I got Netflix, I got Spotify, I got Hulu, I got Disney Plus, I got PlayStation Plus, I got YouTube Premium. Shoot, like I'm being the poorhouse at home watching all this content.
Yep.
All right, so it's time for our favorite segment of the night. It's called Rumor Control, and what's on the rumor mill tonight? Is it possible God of War Ragnarok has a release date? Is it? There's an interesting bit of news going around that Friday, February the 5th, 2021, we'll see the debut of the highly anticipated sequel to one of the top-selling PS4 titles. And I'm talking about God of War. Before we just get into it all and everything, right? Let me just say this. At Rumor Control, it is our job here to not just report the rumors, but also we try to do a little bit of the work for you guys and figure out if the rumor is substantial enough to be considered true, or if we just go ahead and debunk it right now. Because in all honesty, we don't want to start anything that is going to piss you guys off, our fans. We don't want to start distrust. That is our obligation at Crossroads to you guys. Now I got that disclaimer out the way. Let's talk about God of War Ragnarok. What do you guys think? Because I saw the pictures. The thing is about that picture, though, it looked like it was cut off, from something else. But I saw the picture. It said God of War Ragnarok, February 5, 2021. And there has been speculation that it's supposed to be a winter / first quarter title for PS5 going into next year. But I don't know. I just feel like I can't trust this one.
If it did come out, we know we're not getting Horizon for a while, because it's too close.
They don't. Yeah, because they don't want to compete with their own first party titles. That is true. I mean, who are they? Nintendo?
Boy.
All right, let me put you this. You have because so I was the one who put the photo in the group chat, and then in that same thread, because there was a thread on Twitter, Barlog got in on that thread, and he didn't shoot it down, and that's why I put it in the thing of like. But I know he could just be playing games. He could be messing around, and he could be doing all the Cory Barlog stuff that I love that he does.
You know what? Maybe you're right, because I also realized, didn't we talk last week in Rumor Control? Why does it seem like God of War is just dominating our Rumor Control? Like, this is like the third week it's showing up in Rumor Control.
So, I mean, it's worth it. Like, okay, so let's go on the hypothesis that February 5th we get a God of War. Okay, it's not unheard of it's not unlikely they're using the same game engine. They didn't have to rebuild it from scratch this time. Okay, that makes sense. We know Christopher Judge has been very active of saying, hey, I have been recording for a long time on this. This has been going on for a while. Okay. So then Horizon was slated for spring. What about May? What about like a early May release date or an April release date? That's 2 months apart. That gives you plenty of time. In between there too, you're also going to get there's another weird game right there in January or February, and I cannot remember what it is. But that gives you plenty of time. I mean, that gives you 2 months to play a great action-packed game, and then get ready for Horizon. And that's then March you could do like your PlayStation Plus game of the month would be the complete edition of Horizon with the Frozen Wilds DLC.
Has it ever been stated that Ragnarok is a sequel?
It's more so. It has been talked about that it is similar to Miles Morales and Lost Legacy, where it's a continuation. It's probably a 40-hour campaign, not a 60-hour campaign.
So if that's the case, then I could possibly see it being this early. I just don't see them putting Horizon, so you definitely have to have that 2 month at least.
Because I still think Horizon is getting delayed to some extent. I think Horizon is probably getting pushed this summer anyway.
One of them has to be moved out. Yeah.
I also feel that that Horizon might get a small delay. I don't think it's going to be anything earth shattering, but I also feel like it might get a small delay too.
I think they're being very loose with that. I think that's why they put spring there, because if they had said, hey, May 4th we're coming out with this, that's great, that's cool.
Yeah,
but I think that's why they were loose with it. Of like, this gives us a 3-month window. So where if we were going to release in March, now we want to push it out till like right before June 21st. That works. Yeah.
Exciting times, man.
I know. This always happens the first 2 years of a new console cycle. Like we get some of the wildest stuff, and honestly it's very exciting because I love talking about this stuff. I don't like bursting people's bubble. Remote control is here to either build up the hype or to shoot it down. And not take fans. Fans. I couldn't just go. But you guys get what I'm saying. We're not here to hurt feelings or to make people upset and stuff like that. But we gotta be true to you, and we feel like February 5th is a little too lofty of a goal to look for God of War. Not saying it's not coming, but I'm just saying, I don't think this is the one.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yep. But okay. Looks like it's time to wrap things up. How you guys feeling so far?
I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm in that sleepy drunk phase now. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of a good feeling. Like I want to watch a shitload of Scrubs here in a little bit. It's gonna be kind of great.
I'm just a sleepy face. Not even drunk, just sleepy.
All right, well.
I'm actually ready to jump on some video games.
He's got to be up in like 5 hours.
Yeah, he does. So let's go.
Tomorrow is my first day off in a long time. I took tomorrow off, so.
Oh, nice.
But I want to stay up because I want to play, which I guess we'll be talking about what we're playing.
Yeah. Just save it. All right.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. We actually have a question tonight.
All right.
Mama Ro from Twitter asked, how do you guys feel about the latest updates to chat and the PlayStation Network store? Now, we already talked about how we felt about the PlayStation Network store changes and stuff like that. But but ultimately, what are we feeling about chat? Because I mentioned earlier in the blurb that like Sony caused some confusion with the way they worded things out about it and stuff like that. But what do you guys feel about it? Because in all seriousness, I feel like this is something that's been long overdue, and definitely for PlayStation. But I also feel like Microsoft should be getting down on something like this, as well. Because I mean, I'll put it like this: like And remember way back on like the very first Crossroads show, we talked about internet culture and like how like you'll get a little 9-year-old calling your mom a whore and all this stuff, and you just don't have any way to combat it and stuff like that.
Oh, this is the answer.
Yeah. I
don't like it. I mean, puts me out of business.
I mean, I have to agree with him. I mean, she kind of. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I love you, Mom. Whichever one. I got 2 moms.
All of them.
Yeah, all my moms.
All the moms. All the MILFs.
Okay, I'm not going there.
he went there.
My mom doesn't like you, Austin. She says you turned me evil.
All the MILFs and all the non-MILFs out there. Whatever one you are. I appreciate you.
He doesn't discriminate.
Nope.
I'm just gonna guess that. That song "MILF" by Fergie was your jam when it first came out.
No, I don't think she got the right aspect. I don't think she represented us MILF lovers as much as I would like to.
Mom was his jam.
Yeah, Stacy's mom definitely more wholesome. Definitely more wholesome.
The whole family involved. Dad's out of town, man.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yep.
Yeah, but honestly, I feel like this is a good thing. Like the being able to actually report abusive behavior and content, via the online multiplayer platform, because there could be something a little more involved in this that we don't know about. It could be that parents and adults finally took these companies to task about some of this stuff, because it can be easily be, like we're adults and it's kind of frustrating when kids are like taking us to task. But can you imagine when some 45-year-old black dude from Newport News, Virginia is just railing on your child because he's headshotting him every time he comes out of the base camp in Overwatch? And I don't know who that 45-year-old from Virginia is that I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure there's somebody like that out there, but I didn't mean to be specific.
I don't know. I've seen some of those videos of where like these guys are, which this is not online, but like when the dads are just destroying their sons in football or whatever, and they're just crying, and they're just be like, "Hey, I thought you wanted to play." And it's like 70-3. I love those videos, man. But I will say that without really messing with the groups, because I haven't really been in a party chat on PlayStation since the new update. When I've gotten invites, it's like, if Logan sends me an invite, it says Logan from your group has sent you an invite to a party chat. I'm like, what does that even mean? Because
it's because when you go and create, so now when you go to create a chat, you actually have to select a message group.
Yeah, but that's dumb because I don't even know what group I'm in. What group are you talking about?
Because this annoys me because I do this all the time with GTA, where like there are days in GTA where I just want to, hey, I'm going to work on my businesses for a few hours. I'm going to work on some cars. Cool, get in, get out. But I also don't want to have my mic on. I don't want to hear anybody. I usually just put Spotify on and I go to town. I can't just create a party just for myself. That way I don't have to hear everybody else's garbage. I have to invite a friend to it first. I don't like that aspect of it. It's like, sometimes you just want to be in a party by yourself. It's a one-man party.
I'm like this. If I don't want to be bothered, I'm just going to appear offline.
Yeah.
But see,
Show me offline is
GTA
one of the best things ever.
Yeah.
Because I know with
Austin
Xbox.
uses it all the time on me.
Wait.
I use it all the time on everyone.
It's been a little while since I actually played games on the console. Like, can you have AFK experiences now like that?
You really can't. I mean, so you can, but you can't. You can say that you're offline, but then like still like when you go into like
people
GTA 5,
people can still bother you.
Lobby, yeah, they can still bother you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I just ignore you. That's just it. Leave me alone.
I'm interested to see in what these improvements that they made on PS4, how it translates to PS5, because maybe it'll make more sense on the PS5. But as far as the PS4 goes, it just looks a little weird. It's worded weird.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what kind of got them. That's what got Sony. That's what got Sony hit with a lot of backlash. It was the way they worded it, and I hear that technically the PS4 experience is still slightly different than. It's kind of funny because I guess the people who are saying like the PS4 experience is different from the PS5 experience have the PS5 early production models and stuff like that, so they probably know something that we don't. I think it's kind of weird us being told that, hey, well, the PS4 experience is different from the PS5 experience. Like, well, how do you know, jerk?
Sure. Travis Scott.
They know something.
Even though, hey, remember when I want to say it was the Xbox 360. It was the Xbox 360. Remember the Xbox One was coming out and they forgot to block off like people who had the early production Xbox Ones, and so you saw people playing Xbox One games. And you're like, wait, how do you get that? Do you guys remember that?
Actually, I didn't have online at the time, which is funny. So
no, a friend of mine,
I'm just a solo gamer.
A friend of mine who's like an avid Xbox person, he caught somebody playing games that they weren't supposed to be playing, and that's how he knew that people already had Xbox Ones.
I'm seeing YouTubers with the newest Xbox. I'm like, who y'all know? Y'all get them?
Yes, because I found out they've been sending influencers like systems.
Yeah.
Oh,
yo, Xbox, hit us up, y'all.
So my favorite YouTubers got Xboxes already.
So basically, what I have to do is I need to like spend this entire winter in the gym and then just start Instagramming every freaking thing, without a shirt on.
That's too much work, man.
That's too much work.
Donuts, man. No. Donuts. You can influence it that way.
Logan, we're not doing any of the work. LeRon's doing all the work. That's the point. He gets famous through that, then he gets us all PS5s.
I really want to make a joke here.
Crossroads is not about human trafficking. That's all I'm going to say.
That's what we're doing, y'all.
But we're not about human trafficking.
Like, we're just saying everybody needs to make their own choice and let other people enjoy what they want to enjoy.
If you're
however illegally it might
Vegas, do what the Vegasans do.
When in Rome.
All right. So yeah, we could. What have we been doing with our lives? What have we been playing this week? Actually, I always start with Nellie, so let's keep the tradition going. Nellie, what you been up to this week? What you been playing?
I'm still working on Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm actually 4 hours in. I think that's gonna be a short game. But I think in a minute I'm about to put in that Sunset Overdrive. Sorry, I gotta kind of jump over for a little bit.
Heck yeah, Nelly.
Austin, what you been getting down on?
I've been playing a lot of Vita as much as I can. Been on the go. I have played some Borderlands, still going through that. And I want to play Call of Duty Warzone because I can be Jigsaw, and that's all I want. I want that Jigsaw skin. That's all I'm really wanting to play for. Plus the new zombie Warzone type play I haven't played yet, so it's very interesting. Speaking
of Call of Duty, did you spend any time this weekend with the Black Ops beta?
No, I don't mess with the beta. I just give me the full version.
I thought about doing the beta, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to play multiplayer and just be getting my ass shot off. I want to play like a piece of the campaign mode. Just to have some fun and be about my business. Logan,
the campaign looks really cool, but I love multiplayer. I played a ton of it in Modern Warfare, but it's just not. I don't like the beta because I don't know if my progression will cross over, and it gets hairy. So,
yep. Logan, what's your week been like?
Been getting ready for competitive season for me for Rocket League. November is when my season kicks off with the group I play with, and so we've been doing some practice time, getting ready for some tournaments that we're going to be in, and then also getting ready for competitive season in Apex too. So the little bit of esports that I do, my seasons are coming up, which is cool. And then last week being out with the flu, which sucked, I did spend quite a bit of time in GTA. And I worked religiously on my businesses and my car collection, and I've got some pretty cool stuff working. Pretty good.
Nice. I spent the entire weekend playing Alien Isolation. Like I want to do something. I want to do something Halloween / scary themed, and Alien Isolation was the one because I need to beat the game. But I spent the entire weekend playing that. Thank God I did not stream it because that game stressed me literally the hell out. Mm-hmm. And I have so many. I enjoyed the game, but there's so many things that went on in the game that kind of has anyone else here beaten it?
No.
Okay, has anyone played a decent amount of it?
Nope, I've seen gameplay. I've seen people just die 30 seconds within. So.
Well, that's the highlight reel, and that's the reason why I didn't go live on stream with it because like like I said, the game stressed me out. Like I'm one of those people when I play video games, the jump scares are real for me. So yeah, so basically, the freaking xenomorph is running around, and I read some of the developers' logs on the game, and they swear up and down that the alien experience is not scripted, not completely scripted. But I swear to you, there's just times when the damn xenomorph just shows up when you're like, oh, I hope he doesn't show up right now, and stuff like that, and it was infuriating. Like my gameplay timer for the weekend because I started on Friday afternoon, and I actually beat it late Sunday night. My total game time was just over 12 hours, but let me tell you right now, 3 of those hours were definitely spent hiding in lockers and in air vents because that sucker is just running around and he's and just like Resident Evil 2 remake with Mr. X, how Mr. X is stalking around places, but we knew that was scripted. Pretty much the same thing, except it seemed like every damn time that you get to a place safe, the alien shows up, and I'm like, man, not even Ripley had this many problems with the alien. in the 4 movies she was in. Yeah. So yeah, but like I said, I had some small issues with that game because like just the story kind of took a left turn, in certain places, and I was like, wait a second, it's like why are there face huggers here? How did this happen? Like there's a nest here on the freaking station. I thought there was like one alien. Stuff like that, and I know a lot about the lore of the Alien franchise, so it ultimately the little bit of inconsistencies with the story and plus the way the game ended, it basically hurt the overall score for me. And outside Alien Isolation, I've also been spending more time with Foregone, that game I told you guys about last week. It's sad. It's sad. I put Hades down for this game, and I enjoy Hades. I love Hades, so I'll be getting back on Hades because that was my time waster, at night when I'm in bed. But I just been having fun playing some games. I will be getting onto my Dead Space run. We've got what, like 11 spooky days left before to Halloween. No, 11 or 10 or something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, but I will be doing Dead Space on stream once I've some OBS settings of mine are being really janky with that game for some strange reasons. Just that game. All right, so that's us for tonight. But before I go, just do us a quick favor. Head over to BossRushGames.com and take a look at the week ahead for Boss Rush. You can chat and keep the conversation going with us over our Twitter page. Once again, that is at PS_Crossroads, where the 4 of us and our boss man Corey Derrick hold it down with more news, events, and topics. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. But before we go, where can we find everybody at? Nellie.
You can find me on Twitter at Planet Nellie. Nellie is spelled N3LLIE, and you can also find me on Twitch at Bratface_87.
All right, awesome.
You can find me at PlayStaustin on Twitter, on Instagram, but I never post there. You can find me on PSN as well. And maybe you can find me on Reddit, but you probably shouldn't.
Okay. I'm taking notes right now. All right. Logan, go.
You can find me at Logan Corkins on Twitter and on Land Party and Trash Talk as well, which, hey, by the way, Trash Talk not going to be live for the next 2 weeks. So just catch new episodes on Thursday, wherever you get your podcast.
All right, cool. And as usual, you can catch me on various social media at EXODUS803. That's Exodus803. That's also my Twitch handle and my gamer tag. So you can find me on various different platforms I play games at, including Live, PlayStation Network, and Steam. Everybody here at Crossroads and the rest of the Boss Rush Games family wants you all to have a great night and go out there and play games and be better. So, everyone, that's us signing off for tonight. Have a good one. We'll see you here next week for our Halloween special, which is everybody's going to pick 4 games that had the scary event. I already told you one of them tonight. So yeah, get ready for that. And we may be in costume. Have a good night, y'all.
Peace.